going on, everybody? Welcome to an early show. This is going to be a fast one. Um, yeah, I really hurt myself today. Bad. I may have even torn my hamstring. I don't know, but the pain right now is a 10 out of 10, and it's about to be an 11 out of 10. So it's pretty bad, but whatever. We'll deal with that. But I figured I would just go live now and see. But even just sitting here, there's no way to be comfortable with it. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't cry over pain, but this one's almost drawing a tear to my eye, and you can see I got a sty in my eye too. I'm just fucking falling apart today. I'll be honest. But shout out to my brother for helping me with this gym equipment. He got there after I messed up my hamstring pretty bad. Uh, but yeah, my wife even she could tell that I was really hurt because she's like, "Don't go in, don't go to work, like sit down." I'm like, "Nope, I'm gonna go in. We got to sell these Christmas boxes. We got to talk about what's going on in this world." She was like, "Just do it in the RV," and I'm like, "Nope, I'm going to the office." But yeah, yeah, it's something, and it's getting worse. Like as I sit here, like I've been sitting here for a little bit trying to get together, my stuff, but yeah, it's just getting worse. My wife said there's no bruising, so because it's the back of your, whatever. But like when I look it up, it's like if you hear a pop, that means you bro. Oh yeah, I heard a pop. So I don't know, man. I can't. There's nothing that could be done tonight anyway. So I will go home in a minute and take some painkillers. And if it still hurts like this tomorrow, I'll go to the doctor. But there's nothing really they can did. There's nothing they could do, you know? Because normally so I'll explain how it happened. Normally when I deadlift or anything like that, like I also hurt my shoulder a little bit. Yeah, I fucked myself up today. But I was supposed to get a 24-foot box truck with the lift gate, right? It would have been no issues whatsoever. They had loading docks there, would have been no problem. Except when I got to the Penske rental, they didn't have a 24-foot box truck. They only had a 16-foot box truck with no lift gate. So I was like, whatever, I'll take it. It's cheaper, right? So I went and picked up the gym equipment. They allowed me to get it a bit early, so my brother wasn't quite there yet. And of course, he had to show up in his fancy Corvette, which is beautiful, by the way. He's got a brand new Corvette. Anyway, the people there were nice enough to start helping me with the forklifts and stuff, and trying to put the other so I have maybe 1,500 pounds of weight, and then two big power racks, two leg extension machines, and then a couple of bars and a bench and stuff like that. So I load up all the weights on the side of the truck, that no big issues. And I had a plan going in. I'm like, I'm going to take one of these power racks and put it in kind of upside down, and take the other power rack and put it on top of that one so it fits and just takes up about 8 feet of space. Except these power racks are fucking huge. They're way bigger than the ones at my old gym. So it didn't work. Matter of fact, even when they're laying down, they're still taller than the truck. Like I had to put it in sideways and kitty corner it in there and load it with a forklift. But the first power rack, no issues, right? So they were holding on to the top of the forklift and trying to figure out how they're doing it and all that stuff. And I ended up lifting, the first one, no issues, right? They're like, "Oh, we could do it with a forklift." I'm like, "Fuck that! I'm a power lifter." So I picked it up and pushed it in, and then pushed it to the back of the truck, no issues whatsoever. The next one was quite a bit larger. So we get that up, we tilt it onto the truck, and then I go to try to pick it up from the bottom because I knew it would try to kick back on me. So I picked it up from the bottom, and like fucking, I don't know, something happened. Something happened to my leg, and and I've never had, like, this is a different pain. Like I've hurt myself powerlifting a lot. This is like a burning like in my leg. It literally kind of feels, and if I touch it now, it didn't hurt like if I touched it, but now it definitely does, and I think it's a little bit swelling. But yeah, and it was weird because it just felt like a muscle thing, until I stopped to buy a Red Bull to do the show. And I got out and I'm standing at the cashier. She was getting ice for someone else. And then all of a sudden I felt like burn, like on my leg. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, so yeah, I hurt myself, man. I hurt myself pretty bad. So we'll see what happens. But I had to come in here and do some things and then do this show. So that's where we're at. That's why I'm here. If I'm absent tomorrow, that means that it's bad and I went to the doctor. So like if I'm not covering the trial or Trump's announcements, you know that it's because I completely fucked myself over and I'm in the hospital. So one or the other. I'm trying to tough it out now, but it hurts. Yeah, anyway, is he building a gym? Yeah, I bought a bunch of gym equipment and I'm actually putting it here inside this warehouse because we're outsourcing a lot of the manufacturing now. So at least it's going to be a gym for me and my kid, and because he wants to start lifting. He was really impressed with himself for lifting a lot today in the gym. And I'm like, hell yeah, buddy. So that's good. And because this office, if you remember the tour, in the back, there's a room. That's the room. It's an AC and heated room that I use for the coffee. That room, I'm actually just putting new shelves in, and that's where all the coffee is going to be. The where we pack the coffee is actually going to be in the store now because we're getting the Department of Agriculture or whatever certification for the store. So we're going to move that there. We'll bring coffee here to ship out and store it in that room, and then we're good to go. And that room will also that'll be where I pack and do all that stuff. But yeah, that's what we're doing. But yeah, I'm not joking. The pain right now is a 10 out of 10. Like it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. I haven't had pain like this. Even when I slipped a disc in my back, it didn't feel like this. And it's just steadily getting worse. That's the worst part about it. It's just getting worse. Hopefully by the time I get home, I'm able to get out of my car because it feels swollen too, whatever. But yeah, it's the equipment is awesome. You know what I mean? It's bigger, it's better. It costs more money than I even knew. Some of the machines, I thought the machines were right around $800. I didn't spend even close to that. I bought it in a public surplus auction. So I'm not going to say how much I got, but my wife was a little pissed, but I have a full gym now. So besides, cause I don't use machines, I'm all free weights anyway. Someone said, go to the ER if it's burning. Yeah, the ER is not going to be able to do shit. They're only going to give me pain pills, and I don't want pain pills. I'll take ibuprofen because the only pain pills that work for me are Dilaudid. None of the other shit ever works. That's something with our blood. It just doesn't work. Morphine doesn't work. Dilaudid's the only thing, and yeah. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff. I'll be honest. It took me a lot longer to do these trips because I didn't fit everything in one trip. So I had to actually drive back here, offload everything with the bum leg, drive all the way back. Granted, my brother was here, so it helped quite a bit. Thank you again for helping. And then I drove back. We loaded it onto the machine, and then I came back here. And this, like my brother's, if he's in the chat, he's going to be pissed because this is what I ended up doing. I decided I wanted to return the truck because just the way the position, I had the truck until tomorrow morning, but just sitting in it actually really hurt my leg. It was very similar to sitting in this chair. You know what I mean? I couldn't like recline back. And so it was hurting my leg. So I decided that I was going to take off the big power rack, the one that hurt me. I was going to take it off by myself. This thing weighs like 1,000 pounds. It's off the truck. I'll be honest. I had to MacGyver the shit out of it. So one of the auctions, because there was 5 auctions that I ended up winning. One of the auctions had these like dumbbell holders, right? And I got, I bid like $10 on them or something like that. One of them sold for like $12, so I didn't get that one. The one I did get sold for $1.50. So I ended up winning that plus all the tax and all that shit. And so I had that. I don't even have any dumbbells. They weren't part of the auction, but I have, a dumbbell rack that's actually pretty expensive, or it was. So what I ended up doing is muscling this big ass heavy rack out of the truck just so that the tail at the ass end of it was there because it's so heavy that as soon as that center of gravity goes, this fucker's going. So I pulled it out. I used the ramp on the truck as like a lever so it wouldn't drop down any further than that. Then I took this power rack or this dumbbell rack, set it up sideways, and as I'm pulling this rack out, it was landing there. And I basically just got it so there was about 6 inches left on the top of the rack that was on the truck, and I started inching forward. I tried to inch forward, and it would like drop down, but it wouldn't come off of the truck. It's pulling the whole rack. So finally, I got pissed. And because I didn't want to damage the machine, certainly didn't want to damage the truck, didn't want to damage the warehouse or the floor or anything and gouge the concrete. But I got pissed. So I came back in and I closed my eyes and I pulled on the machine like that. It came off and crashed into the bottom and the big metal shit kicked out all over, but it didn't get damaged at all. Nothing got damaged. But then there was another dilemma because it was sitting on its side. I can't pick it up myself. I'm strong as fuck, right? But I'm hurt, but I'm strong as fuck. I cannot pick this thing up by myself. It is that heavy. So it's all in the warehouse. The warehouse is a fucking mess right now. And it was a mess before, according to my brother, but it is worse now because now I have about 1,500 pounds of free weights all over the gym. I got all these rusty barbells that I watched a YouTube video. If you take like a PVC pipe and, seal one end of it and put water and vinegar and then put the barbell in it, seal it, and just let it sit for a day or two, and then take a wire brush. All the rust comes right off. So I'm probably going to end up trying that, or maybe just try with a I don't know, wire brush or something, but see what transpires with that. But yeah, so that's been my day thus far. I thought they were going to wrap up construction in the store today, but apparently they didn't get my text messages telling them that the countertops and everything, I picked them up this weekend. So they're not there, or so everything is done now. The sinks are in or in the store. The countertops are in the store. The mop sink is in the store, except none of it's installed because they didn't get my text, and now they can't come until Wednesday. But whatever. So, and then what the worst part about that is, I'm going to be hard pressed to open on December 1st because next week is Thanksgiving and the health inspectors are gone all week. They already told me. They already told me. So if everything gets done by Wednesday, then I could submit the application to the Department of Health on Thursday, and then they have to approve it and then get it assigned to an inspector. Then the inspector takes about 2 weeks to come out and do the site inspection. Once they do it and they open it, and they approve it, then I can open the store. So whatever, I'm doing it, one way or the other. So I went out there where I was going to go down there. And luckily, the property manager actually called me to ask me about cabinets if I wanted to buy some. And I was like, fuck yeah, save money. And so it's, and then she told me that they didn't get out there today. And so I was like, oh, okay. So I turned around and went home, and that's where I was sitting at home. And my wife is like, you shouldn't go into work. She had a very concerned look on her face. I don't know why, but she could tell I was hurting. Probably because like, it's okay if you don't move. Like if I just sit here right now, after a few minutes, the burning goes away. And then as long as I don't move, the second I move, it starts the god awful burning, throbbing, whatever the hell it is. But so I'm fairly confident I tore my hamstring. I really, if this is just like a slight pull or something, oh my gosh, I never want to tear a hamstring because this feels like a tear. And it popped when I did it. It popped. So we'll see. We'll have to see what's going on. But it's just so much. Speaking of Herschel Walker, like, and I wasn't even speaking about him, but there's this video that's being surfaced online. Herschel Walker made a statement earlier today. And you know what? I'm not even doing it. Never mind. I'm not even going to do it because then people are going to be like, oh, you're harping on Republicans. Here's the thing. Like the dude literally criticized someone else. He criticized Warnock for having childcare and saying he wants to make sure he stays in his kid's life. Herschel Walker said that. Herschel Walker said that he wants to make sure he stays in all of his kids' lives. Based on what is publicly available, that is patently false. And I don't know. I've long maintained I don't like Herschel Walker either. That's like voting for the lesser two evils. they're both accused of beating women. So like, who do you vote for there? That's it. But I was gonna play the video, and then I decided I don't even want to play the video. Um, there was apparently some trans activists that were fighting with New York City today in over some trans right protest bullshit. Who knows? I didn't even know any of the shit was going on, to be completely honest. I didn't even know any of this stuff, because I haven't paid attention to any of this. I know the BTX thing is still bigger than what I can even imagine, because now there's some hedge funds or some hedge fund related, or some companies that apparently some hedge funds that invested some money in this BTX, and they have lost everything too. And so they're fucked. Do you know what I mean? The people that invested that money, because they're not going to get it anymore. They're fucked. But yeah, what a day today has been. NYPD facing off with counter protesters outside of Let's Women Speak event in New York. So there's Brendan Gueswager. If you look up BGO on the scene on Twitter, if you look, he's got a bunch of videos. He's been out there for a long time filming. I can't show it because I'll get copywritten. But here, I just retweeted. I retweeted one of his videos where it shows an NYPD officer that's just grabbing someone. He's like, come on. It looks like a really good video. I can't hear what they're saying because I'm not paying attention. But oh man, what a day. What a day today has been. Has there been anything new on the election front? Someone said FTX, not BTX. FTX, yeah, who cares? Who cares? I don't care right now. I don't care about FTX, BTX, FXB, blah, blah, blah. We played the Biden press conference where he took 4 questions from the media, all snowball questions, and it was garbage. Anyone see the video that apparently he was dressed up like President Xi? He was wearing like the Chinese attire and all that stuff. Unbelievable. Even Xi's assistants were wearing regular suits. Someone made a good caption. They're like, listen, this is going to be in all the history books on what led up to World War III. Is President Biden just being a coward, I guess, is the only way to say it. I don't know, man. And a lot of people don't like, well, I've received some complaints earlier, not necessarily about the angry turn-up voice, but more that I was, being hard on President Biden because, after all, he is the president of the United States. If you don't realize that gives everybody in the world the right to criticize him, I don't know who you are. I can respect the office, which is what I do. That's why I say he is the president. I don't do what some of the other ones and call him like VP Biden or anything like that. No, he holds the title President of the United States right now. He is the president of these United States, although he's just slowly killing these United States. There is a news story that came out a few minutes ago, actually. The Federal Appeals Court has blocked the Biden student debt relief program nationwide. So you know how like everyone's going to get all that money back from their student loans? No, an appeals court just said, fuck you. That's blocked until it goes to the Supreme Court. They specifically said the injunction will remain in effect until further order of this court or the Supreme Court of the United States, because it's unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional. Just like everybody said from the beginning. Everybody said it's not. They literally ran on lies. They campaigned on lies. They won on lies. And, I'm talking about the midterms, and that's it. There's nothing else that could be said about it. Also, guys, today we are doing a Christmas mega box. It's the first ever Angry Turnip Christmas mega box. Now, these are cool because they're going to have T-shirts that say TAT on the front, because the logo for the Angry Turnip, not necessarily even the face. On the back, they're going to have patriotic designs. There's going to be a patriotic stocking in there, like, Christmas stocking. That's going to be in there, chock full of stickers and patches and some candy and veteran-owned products that we're working on getting a wholesale deal with. There's going to be some food in this one. Obviously, we're going to have our nutmeg inspired, or whatever. We're going to have a nutmeg flavored coffee. I think it's the same one I did last year for the Christmas blend. Same thing. Smells awesome. Uh, and then a custom piece of drinkware, a bunch of other stuff, the same giveaways that we always do. But the big big thing I wanted to do with this is make it more like a Christmas gift, right? So obviously there's going to be a Christmas ornament and stuff like that. But I ordered special wrapping paper with the little logo that you see over there. So the wrapping paper is going to have that logo on it, which is awesome. And my wife is going to have, I can't wrap worth shit. So I told her last night, and she's on board to wrap all of these boxes. And each one is going to come with a Christmas card from me to you, handwritten. It's not like a computer generated one. So I'm going to write to whoever ordered the box, unless you leave the order instructions. We've sold a bunch of them over the past day or two. The past 2 days. Well, that's just zoomed in. So if you want to get a box, you should do it now, because for one, we're only keeping the sale on for 9 more days, I believe it is. Just 10 days. And I've already ordered everything. So we're only doing 100 boxes because that's all I ordered for. So if you want to get one of these boxes, the link is in your chat right now. It's $100 instead of like the 150 that I was doing, because I wanted to tone it down a little bit. Times are rough for everybody. It's actually $105 plus shipping. And the reason we're doing 105 is $5 from every box we're donating to. They call them like Stuff the Cruisers. It's where you donate toys or money in our case, and the police go out and buy toys to give out to their community. We've been doing that now for 2 years with this, or I have. The first year, I think we did it in 2020. And then last year I did 500 myself. And then this year we'll see what we do, but $5 for every box. If I sell all 100 boxes, it's going to be cool. Someone said, oh, you're going to hand print stuff from you. Yeah. It's $100. And here's the best part. Even if you don't have $100, you could choose Shop Pay and pay in 4 payments. So that's the best that I can do. My wife and kids are going to help. I'll be honest, a Christmas card, maybe all of us, because in all reality, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. I wouldn't be doing this and enjoying it. And my leg is fucking throbbing. So if you see me doing this, it's because I think I tore my hamstring and I'm in a 10 out of 10 pain right now. But I wouldn't be able to do it. So I may do one of those sappy, or it would be good. There's no promises on that, but they're custom Christmas cards and they're going to be awesome. So, and my wife is going to be doing all the wrapping. So that's good. But you guys can go to that link if you would like, and you could do the Shop Pay during checkout. You do Shop Pay and it does like 4 payments of $25 or something like that. Spread it. I think it's every month. So it breaks it down into 4 months, and it's good for me too. And, there's one other thing you could do. Yeah. Someone said, take gummies. I can't till I get home. I can't do anything until I get home. Because I'm driving. Someone said, if I sign the coffee, I'd buy more. LOL. It's a fan thing. Yeah. Someone said we wouldn't be here if not for you. Yeah, true. It is funny. But yeah, so tomorrow the plan is that I'm going to cover the Darrell Brooks trial, and that I'm going to cover Trump's announcement, his presidential bid, or whatever the fuck he's going to announce. We'll cover those live tomorrow at some point. Now, if I'm not live with that, that means I went to the hospital. So, you know what I mean? So don't hold it against me. Be like, where the fuck is he? You'll know that if I'm not live, within a few minutes of it starting, that means I'm at the hospital, and I'm just not going to be able to, because I don't know what I did with my leg, but I swear it's a 10 out of 10. Like, I almost want to shed a tear, and I don't cry over pain. Men don't cry, right? That's what I always tell my kid. This is fucking brutal. So yeah, there you go. But yes, if you want to buy one of these, I keep plugging it because it's important for me to be able to do it. It's important for me to be able to sell all these boxes because I already bought all the shit to go in them. And it, this is my Christmas. You know what I mean? If you guys buy this, then I can do all the stuff that I want to do. This is what I do for a living. So, this is how I make a living. So, spicy turnip flavored coffee. Yeah, no. No. Is Brooks a Christmas parade attacker dude? Yes, he is. We covered his entire trial. The pop is what my brother said he had, and he snapped his in half. Yeah, but I saw something online that said if you could take more than 4 steps without like falling over and screaming out in pain, that you should that you probably didn't tear it. So I'm going off of that that example on whether or not I tore it or not, because I can go more than 4 or 5 steps. Uh, it just fucking hurts. It hurts literally sitting here doing nothing. Um, so yes, I watched Tulsa King and it's fucking awesome. I watched Tulsa King and that is a really good show. I think I'm gonna like it. I watched Yellowstone last night as well. That was very good. Slow at parts. I thought it was a little slow at times, and I was sad that the horse, what happened with the horse. Sad about that, right? Um, but it was the thing I don't like about shows are when they do the flashbacks. I hate that. And I don't think that they did it in any of the other episodes of Yellowstone. Last night they were doing flashbacks. I hate flashbacks. I've always hated flashbacks in movies. That's why I couldn't get on board with this Dragon Slayer one, Lord of the Dragons or whatever the fuck it's called, the Game of Thrones sequel, Dragon Slayer buttholes, whatever the show is called. That's why I can't really get on board with that one either, because they're doing all these flashbacks and blah blah. I just don't like those types. But Yellowstone was good. God Rides a Harley said I couldn't find Yellowstone. Is it on Paramount? So no, you would think, because it says Paramount Network, but apparently NBC Universal bought the rights to, even though it's a Paramount Network show, they bought NBC Universal in 2020, bought the rights to all of the previous seasons and all of the current and future seasons of Yellowstone. So the only way you can watch Yellowstone, this is what I had to do to be able to watch it live. I had to sign up because I have YouTube TV. We don't have cable in my house. And that's what we use to watch the morning news, or Fox News if I want to watch it, or whatever we watch on cable or sports. That's what we use to watch. But they don't carry Peacock or Paramount or MTV, because that's where I ended up watching it last night. I ended up having to sign up for Philo, which is like $25 a month. And it's got cable channels, everything but local news. And it actually kind of works, because the channels that are on Philo, some of them are not available on YouTube. So I'm just going to keep those two, still cheaper than traditional cable. And now I have all the channels. So I ended up watching it last night on Philo on MTV, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. But it was a good show. And the Tulsa King was very good too. I liked Tulsa King. And Kate said, damn, first FedEx announced a furlough, a ton of drivers. Now Amazon just announced 10,000 layoffs. Get yourself shopping done. Yeah, but that's been going on for a while. Amazon is a much bigger company. Those could be freight workers. Those could be anybody with Amazon. It's probably not the workers, because Amazon uses a shit ton of contracted employees. So a lot of their warehouse workers are all contracted. I doubt that it's those, but e-commerce is not as booming as everyone thought it would be. FedEx has, and I talked about it this morning. The layoffs are widespread. They're not just, tech companies. FedEx is first now asking people to furlough themselves before the holidays, which if you're interested in trucking, watch the video that I did this morning, the first like half an hour of it, because I talk about this trucking protest that was supposed to be in front of Fox News this morning and why that was bullshit. And then I also talk about FedEx. I go into the freight rates and stuff like that. And I actually enjoy doing that. So I'll be doing that more with that Capacity Today brand, and just talking about the trucking industry and the aspects of it, because I like those. But yeah, Virginia Realtor has the nicest Corvette I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, and Virginia Realtor, I know you probably missed the beginning of this. Yeah, remember that big ass rack? Yeah, that was on the back of the car, or the back of the truck. Yeah, it's not there anymore. It's on the floor inside my warehouse, sideways. And I can't flip it up myself. But I got it off the truck and returned the truck. But my leg, however, is now a 10 out of 10 in pain. And I'm probably going to have to go to the hospital tomorrow, because I'm fucked. And I think I tore my hamstring. I'm quite certain. Someone said, Kate said, Steve, do you think these furloughs and layoffs are going to impact holiday deliveries? Yes, 100%. but not in the way you're thinking. Do you know why? Because FedEx, when I spoke to the FedEx guy the other day when he dropped off packages for me, I asked him, because I'm always interested in supply chain. So I asked him about his deliveries. He runs both business and residential routes. He does like a business route in the morning, a residential route in the afternoon. He's a go-getter. And he said they're not seeing the volume that they have in the previous couple of years. They're not, and which is one of the reasons why FedEx is asking their employees to voluntarily take furlough. If you work for FedEx and you're considering it, make sure you look up your state's unemployment laws, because there are some states, if you furlough, you are not going to be able to collect on unemployment, from what I understand. And I could be wrong on that, but I believe so. But yes, do I think it's going to, someone said a C8 or C6 Corvette. I have no idea. I don't know. It's nice though. But yeah, someone said, if you hate flashbacks, you despise Family Guy. Yeah, I don't watch cartoons either. But yes, someone said, Steve, you're going to see what Abbott just did in Harris County, Texas. I have no idea. Virginia Realtor said it's a C8 is what he's saying about his Corvette. It's very nice. It's a 2023. It's very, very nice. And it's like an anniversary edition or some shit like that. So it's got this red line around the rims. So the only red's my favorite color. I love red. But the only red on it is in the wheels, obviously on the interior too, but on the wheels, and then it's the brake calipers. So it just fucking looks dope. But I really like it. Someone said that haters really ended the turn up voice. No, they didn't. Typically what I'm doing is when I do a live stream, I'm not doing the turn up. And when I do recorded videos, which I'll start doing eventually, that will be with this voice,
because it's fucking funny.
And if you don't like it, I don't care. This is my show. I do what I want. But yeah, someone said, is Steve getting a Corvette? No, I can't, because one of my brothers has a Corvette. So I'm not getting a Corvette. I have to get a car that they don't. Like, I can't get a Challenger either, because one of my other brothers has a Challenger. So I can't get any of those sports cars. Now I want, my goal in life has always been a Porsche Panamera. I love the fucking car. Don't know why. My wife says I won't fit in it. I think I'll fit in it. It's not $225,000, but I love the Porsche Panameras, and someday when I'm rich and I've made it in life, that's what I'm gonna have. Someone said get a Hellcat. I know someone that has like a limited edition, like 2016, that they only made like 40 of or some, a Hellcat something. Do you know what car I'm talking about? Yeah. And if you do, I know the person that has number 4. But yeah, trucks are better. I like trucks too. I wouldn't have a Panamera unless I already had a truck in the driveway. That is my opinion. Sky G, like, I don't know why you wrote that. That's not appropriate for the chat. And if that is true, then go fucking find some help, please. Don't type that in my chat, please. Everyone's saying I should go to the ER tonight. I'm not going to the ER tonight. It depends. I don't know. It's getting steadily worse as the night goes on. So we'll have to see. Audi AL or 8. I can't even fucking talk. But yes, guys, if you want to order, like, if you want to support this show and you want to order one of the best ever boxes, the Christmas box, this is going to be a fully wrapped Christmas. This is going to be like the box that I always said. I already ordered the 14 by 10. So the shipping, I'm going to switch to shipping. So it does the large flat rate long box, the one that's like 19 by whatever. So I'm going to put bubble in one side, because I have these special boxes that once you unwrap them, you'll open it up and then boom, there's all the goodness. Right. And so I'm pretty excited about it. It's going to be awesome. So, and you'll have a personalized card for me. And if you're ordering it as a gift for somebody else, right? Here's what you do during the order instructions. So when you add it to the cart and then you go to view cart, you'll see a little button or a little drop down on the right-hand side of your screen that says order instructions. If you want me to write out the Christmas card to somebody else, because you're getting it as a gift, just put the name in there, or just send me an email and I'll make a note on it. But yes, and our coffee is pretty awesome too. So you can go to gratiscafe.com and order some coffee. I gave away a bunch of coffee today. I gave some to my brother for helping me. And then I also gave coffee to a guy that has a warehouse 2 warehouses over that used his forklift to take off the two the two machines because there's no fucking way. Um, Virginia realtor said, "You get a car, I'll go to the track with you in Richmond." Fuck that. No, that's not what fast cars are for. They're not. I don't do that track shit. You know what I mean? I don't do that stuff. Can I put a link in the chat? No, you can't. Not unless it's this link that I'm putting in the chat right now, which is the angryturnip.com products/Christmas mega box. And also, if that link isn't working and you're watching on replay later, all you have to do is go to theangryturnip.com and then click on the top and it will say Christmas box. You will have them in time for Christmas. We are shipping on or before December 15th. So you will, and I guarantee you will have them in time for Christmas. Otherwise, I will come to your house and sing on Christmas Day. I'm not even joking. You will have it by Christmas. But yeah, someone said when younger had a Dodge Charger with a hood scoop. Yeah. Yep. Get a 1 bag of Epsom salt. Make sure. Nah, I don't do that stuff. I didn't even finish reading. What comes in the Christmas box? All right. So I'll tell you again. So you're going to get 2 patriotic t-shirts that we design and print. You're going to get a stocking, a patriotic stocking that is going to be chock full of stickers, patches. Obviously, there's going to be some candy in there. We're going to have a veteran-owned product. It may be either those parachute bracelets if I can't get through with this new deal. Could be honey again because that was the local veteran company that does that. But a bunch of other stuff in that stocking. You're going to have a custom piece of drinkware. Hint, they're going to be tumblers this time. And then you are going to get a bag of our nutmeg-infused Christmas roast coffee from Gratis Cafe that we will be supplying only to you guys. We're not even going to make it available in the store. So if you want one of those things, buy one of these. Oh, and the best part about it, handwritten Christmas card. Each box is going to be wrapped by my wife in this fancy Christmas wrapping paper that I ordered that has that little guy right there all over it because it's fucking cool and I can do it. So yeah. But yeah. Someone said, I don't do that stuff is Steve's go-to. Yeah, all that hippie stuff. You know, all that hippie stuff. Like, oh, you know, take Epsom salt and twirl it around 3 times while using tea bags. No, I can't do it. I can't even read it. Like, seriously, as soon as I start seeing that, I just can't. I think hippie, and it makes me want to throw up. So even though you may have the best advice possible, I can't, like, if it comes out as hippie, like, use Epsom salt, make sure it's hot, take a bath in it, bathe in it while wearing nothing but a loincloth. Like, I can't. I just think hippie, smelly, patchouli, ugh. You know what I mean? Just can't do it. But that's just me. Nanner said, I wear my safety yellow Scooter Steve hoodie to walk right before dawn. Do you? Is it bright? That's cool. Someone said, I drive a bright yellow Challenger, but you can't drive fast as bright yellow is basically a target on your back. I drive slow nowadays. Yeah. I want a truck again. I just miss my truck. Like, if I had the truck, I wouldn't even have had to use, I wouldn't have had to rent a car today, or I wouldn't have had to rent the truck. I could have just hooked up to my trailer, went there, fit everything all in one. You know what I mean? It's a miscalculation on mine. You know, it wasn't good. Someone said, look at it to save money in the long run. Here is what to save money. I'm going to pay off both my wife and I cars, and then we're selling them. And then I'm going to try to do it. It's not going to fucking happen. I just remembered it's halfway through November. But I was going to say I'm going to try to do it by the end of the year, sell them both and get long-term rental cars. Because here's the thing, like, our car payments are in the 4s, right? For both of these cars, you know, $400 each. And then we pay our car insurance, we pay maintenance on the cars, and we pay this awful thing called property tax, personal property tax on our vehicles here, which for my cars is roughly $4,000 a year just for the cars. So I realized that I can rent a car from Enterprise for $600 unlimited mileage a month. Why the fuck would I own a car? I don't have to pay the maintenance. The fucking thing breaks down. You know, I don't have to worry about insurance because they have their insurance. I can get through them or just keep insurance. So, you know, someone said, no, rental cars, scam. Don't do it. I have done the rental car thing for like a year and a half. You know, and the best part is I had a commercial rental truck, right? So I paid a lot for it. It was $1,500 a month, but it had unlimited. It was a diesel truck, unlimited mileage on it, and I could beat the fuck out of it all I wanted to. And I was towing a big ass trailer everywhere I went with it. It was perfect. It was a perfect deal. If a tire blew out, they fixed it. It was on them. If it needed any maintenance, they fixed it. It was on them. So I'll be, someone said, how do you get it for $600 a month? Because I'm a corporation and we rent a lot of vehicles. And think about it. Anytime we travel, anytime I do stuff, I'm the kind of person that if my car is broken, I just rent a car, so, but yeah, I think it would be cheaper than anything else. But again, if you want to, there's a lot of people on the website right now. If you guys want to get the Christmas mega box, do it now because like I said, limited time. If it says your size is unavailable, that means we sold out of your size. You can't get it because we only ordered a certain amount to fill those sizes. So, yeah, you can own a 78 Vet for $15K. No, I already owned a Corvette. I owned a 1981 Corvette. It was white and had blown head gaskets. I bought it for $1,500 and sold it to someone in Richmond for $3,000 2 days after I got it. That is arbitrage, right? But yeah, someone said you can't do it until Friday. I would, if you can pull out and do the shop pay, now is your chance. Because if it's unavailable, it's unavailable. But what is today? Monday? It's probably not going to be available because extra large and 2X are the ones that we sell the most of. Smalls, we never sell all of them. So, but yeah, commercial, lease a truck under the business. Yes, you can do that. There are a bunch of different ones. Enterprise is one that does the truck rentals. So, and depending on how you finagle with them, because they'll do it. Long-term rentals, you have to have commercial insurance. That's the key with everything. All the rentals that I talked about. But yeah, that's the deal with the rentals. Commercial insurance policy, usually $1 million liability is what they require. So you're going to spend $5,000 a year probably on a commercial insurance policy. However, if you own a business, you've already got the liability. Just add any auto, boom, you're good to go. That's what we have on our store here, or our warehouse here, the store, and even the gym. I bought insurance just in case I ever let someone in here. But Gummo said, Steve, you are such a stereotypical meathead. I don't do that hippie nonsense. Oh my God, you sound just like someone I love. Okay, well, you called me a meathead. I don't really think that that's appropriate, Gummo. I once beat a man almost to death for calling me a meathead. Not really. It was someone that my wife worked with when we were dating. He called me a meathead. That was even before I powerlifted and before I was a big dude. He called me a meathead. And I was like, bro, I'm going to beat you. I didn't beat him, but I threatened him because he was hitting on my wife or girlfriend at that time. Someone said 1,500 sold for 3,000. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't do anything except change the title over on that Corvette. All right, but let me go home. Let me try to walk around and loosen up my legs so I can go home. If you want to buy this box, go and do it now. I implore you. For one, it helps me. It helps my family. It helps everything that we do. And secondly, these are going to be the best boxes ever. And you're going to miss it if you don't. And someone said you love the flannel. There's going to be a lot more flannel because the temperature went from like 70s last week to 40s, 50s here. So I had to dig out the old flannel. But yep. So everyone cross your fingers that I'm live tomorrow and that my leg isn't swollen up and I'm crying myself into the emergency room. Okay. Because something is wrong with my leg right now and it hurts. And I'm like trying to like end the show, but you could tell I don't even want to end the show because that means that I'm going to have to get up from this position of which I haven't moved my leg now for a while. And it's just going to bring all the pain back. And yeah, but I'm not going to stay live all night because I kind of have to take a piss too. And I'm like fucked either way. So, oh man, but I appreciate you all again, just in case you didn't already see the link to buy the box in the chat. I expect to see right now, there's 500 of you all across all of social media. I want the angryturnup.com to go nuts right now with all 500 of you going to check out that website. Buy a t-shirt, buy the box is the best one. And yeah, we'll see you later. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, cross your fingers. Bye.